With the current state of AEW, if you were given full control to make every possible change in order to revive AEW from the ashes they are currently in, what would you do? In this video, I will be explaining the 10 things I would do if given the keys to the dumpster fire we call All Elite Wrestling. The first thing I would do is demote the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. Turning them into just talent would fix many problems that include only specific talent getting TV time and opportunities, and not having people from the top of the company making decisions that better their own wrestling careers. I would be fair to them and give them some stock in the company as a thank you for trying to promote and grow AEW over the last 5 years. The second thing I would do is instantly for the year 2025 only do televised shows in arenas that fit a maximum of 2,000 to 5,000 people. Once we gain popularity and demand, we could upgrade to larger venues. We do not want shows where we have to tarp off seats or just have giant portions where nobody's sitting. The third thing I would do is turn Ring of Honor into a training brand for AEW. I would find legends of wrestling who would be willing to train wrestlers properly so there are less mistakes and injuries during shows. Think of it like how WWE has had OVW who produced people like John Cena, Randy Orton, and Brock Lesnar, and NXT who's produced people like Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Bray Wyatt. AEW needs people who they can grow and turn them into stars they should be. The fourth thing I would do is stop all partnerships with all indie promotions. With doing this, we will be focusing on only current talent instead of giving valuable TV time to people who will only be around for a few months of the year. It needs to become an AEW first company. The fifth thing I would do is retire all championships that mean absolutely nothing. That includes the TNT title, the FTW title, the TBS title, and I would remove the Continental title because it's such a boring looking championship. To have a second tier title, I'd add a hardcore title that could be defended once every pay-per-view, or have a cruiserweight title for the smaller guys in the company. The sixth thing I would do is keep only 2 shows a week. Dynamite I would keep every Wednesday, 8 to 10 p.m., then keep Collision on Saturdays, 8 to 10 p.m. I'd make sure to have a pay-per-view once a month on a Sunday and make it 3 hours long to make sure more people are getting TV time. The seventh thing kind of goes with the sixth, and that is I would be splitting up each roster in a draft. With doing that, instead of the same people twice a week getting TV time, it gives more people time to shine. And there's also the option for people to go to Ring of Honor to work with the future stars if they want to work more. The eighth thing is I would strictly only do shows in the United States. Now with me saying that, you will say, well sir, I don't know if you know, but 2 of AEW's biggest shows ever were both out of the United States. And with that, I would say yes, you are correct. But we are trying to regain the popularity that AEW once had. The only way to do this is to focus on a singular fan base. That's how all these companies like WWE, TNA, NWA, WCW, NJPW, and so many more gained such a large fan base. Once you have those supporters and the demand is strong, then we can adventure outside the United States. The ninth thing is to really focus on story-driven wrestling. The continuation of storylines help keep people interested in the content. If you have these dream matches with zero story behind them, then it means nothing. People won't remember it. And something that can go with it is only use match types when it makes sense for the story. We shouldn't be having a random first blood match on Collision when we could build a story behind it and make it a good pay-per-view match. Gotta give people some excitement and something to look forward to. And the 10th and final thing I would do is get a partnership with a streaming service like Netflix, Amazon Prime, Max, Peacock, or any of the other popular services to house the catalog of all AEW content. It will house all Dynamite and Collision shows 24 hours after they're live, and for all the pay-per-views, you will be able to watch it live. Currently, AEW has a deal with Max that gives the AEW catalog and the most recent content, but you'll still have to pay separately at a discounted price for the pay-per-views on top of the subscription of the service. Pretty much like ESPN Plus with UFC content. Doing this will give people an easier way to watch, and possibly people watching who wouldn't be a normal viewer. Having viewers pay an extra fee outside of the subscription is a slap in the face. A one-time monthly payment is more consumer friendly. In the future, investing in creating our own AEW app would be better for this type of content instead of having a middleman. And yes, I know AEW recently has been rumored to make a partnership with Amazon Prime for their pay-per-views, but we don't exactly know the stipulations of that yet. Now look, I'm just a normal guy making wrestling related videos, but this is 10 steps that could revive AEW from the current slump. Some are obviously easier to do than others, but it would really change the direction AEW is currently going. What would you do if you had control of AEW? Would you do the same things as me? If not, what would you do different? Or do you think AEW is perfect the way it is? Make sure to subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you in the next one.
Oh my God, that's a good fucking pickle. Jesus Christ, classic Gil. Anybody want a piece?